I hope you're ready to set the tone for an amazing year. Today I'm going to show you how I create my own digital vision board that keeps me focused on my goals every single day of the year. In this video, I'm going to take you step by step through my entire process. So I'm going to be showing you tools that are all free to use that you can use yourself to create your own digital vision board. I'm also going to show you how I add action steps to my vision board because I don't want you just to create something that is just one of those bucket list items where at the beginning of the year, I need to create a vision board, check that off, and we don't revisit that. That's not what we're intending to do here. We're going to create a vision board that we are going to look at daily, if not weekly. But I'm going to try to get you looking at it daily. So I'm going to give you some extra tips to show you how we can stay focused on this vision board so we look at it daily and make sure we are on top of our goals. I've been using vision boards for years now, and they really help me stay focused and motivated. And these extra steps that I added to my vision board that I will share with you, I think really help me to not just at the beginning of the year when we have our list of goals that this year I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, and we kind of forget about it and don't refocus on it, and we don't really take action steps to actually obtain those goals. This vision board will have specific action steps and also due dates, so it incorporates a couple extra steps to make sure we are hitting our goals. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's dive right into it. So first things first, we need a platform to do this in. My app of choice is called Freeform. I'll pop it on the screen here so you can see exactly what it looks like in the App Store, and it's free to download, so this is the one I recommend you using. So I opened up a new page here. It's untitled at the top, so I'm going to quickly rename it to Vision Board 2025. And the cool thing about this platform is it's a digital whiteboard. So you can make it as big or as small as you want to. You can zoom in and out, and it just keeps going forever. Like, there's no borders, whereas other programs, you might just have like a standard sheet size, and then you kind of scroll down, and then you scroll down, and you run out of room on the sides. And with this, that's not the case. You can make things as big as small as you want. You can add photos, sticky notes, you can write in here. There's so many options of things you can add to this, and that's why I love it so much. So first things first, before we can add anything to our vision board, we need to select the categories that we are going to focus on. And for purposes of this video, I'm just going to choose 3 of them right now. I'm going to choose business, home, and self-care. So first you're going to come up to the top here, and this icon right here is a sticky note. So I want you to click on that, double tap on the sticky note, and then I'm just going to put business down for this one. Yellow is a fine color for this right now. You can come up here and change it if you want. And also there's a little font icon there that you can play around with that and change the size and the font and things like that. So I have my business here. I'm going to add another sticky note. And then this one is going to be self-care. I'm going to change the color of this one to purple. Add one more sticky note here, and this one is going to be home. And I'm going to change the color to green. So I have my 3 categories. You're going to add a lot more categories to your vision board, but just like I said, for purposes of this video, I don't want to get too complicated and add too many different categories. So we're just going to start with these main categories because we're going to start building subcategories off of these now. So I'm going to arrange these however I kind of see fit. I'm going to put the business one over on this side, self-care up here, home here. Great, perfect. So now I'm going to build off a couple of subcategories from these main categories. So I'm going to click on the business one here and then hit the plus button to just multiply it. And then for this, I'm going to put some goals down. I'm going to duplicate this one again, and we're going to put encouragement as another one. And then because these are subcategories of my business category here, we're just going to make these a little bit smaller and resize them just so they stand out and we can tell, hey, these are like subcategories of this main category. For self-care, I'm going to duplicate that one, and we're going to add morning routine, duplicate it again, And then I'm also going to make a PM routine there, also make these smaller so we again can tell that they are subcategories of that category. I'm gonna come down to home, duplicate this guy. I'm gonna make hobbies as one of them. So hobbies is gonna be a subcategory of my home category. And then right away, I'm gonna make another subcategory of my subcategory. And one of the hobbies I like to do is reading. So I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller than hobbies. Do that. And then I'm going to duplicate that one. And I'm gonna put video games. Been playing Nintendo 64 a lot, just a fun hobby of mine. So I'm gonna add that as a subcategory of hobbies right there. So now that we have some categories picked out and some subcategories and some subcategories of the subcategories selected, now we can start adding some of those visual elements to our vision board. So to do this, typically I go on Pinterest, I will find an image on there, I will save it to my camera roll, and then I will come up here to the top, this little icon right here, you click on it and you can see all of the images that you saved to your camera roll that you can add to this vision board. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so now I added the fun part, the graphics, to my vision board. I didn't really go into a lot of detail with this because I feel like this part is self-explanatory and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because you guys know where to find images. You can take photos of things around your house for inspiration. You can go to Google, search images that way, do what I did, go on Pinterest, but I just imported a bunch of images that I really liked and put them near my sticky notes. So as you kind of start building up some of these categories and subcategories, you can come here and put your sticky notes over the top of your images like this, so you can kind of organize it that way. So once we start adding more images, kind of rearrange your sticky notes so they're on the top layer of your images so you can see them. This is something I really recommend you doing, having an encouragement section on your vision board underneath your business area near your goals. And this is pretty much just love notes from previous clients, whether it be a review they left, a text message, something in Messenger, Instagram messages, wherever. Whenever they send me something that I'm like, it makes me smile and happy, and I'm like, this is how I want my clients to feel, I'll do a little screenshot of that and then add it to the vision board here so I can kind of look at these little love letters and it just puts a smile on my face and it helps keep me motivated. If you are just starting out your business and you don't have any of these yet, that's fine. Write up your ideal note from a client. Like, how do you want your client to feel, to react to, what types of things are they going to say to you about your business, yourself? Write up your own version of that and put it on here, because sooner or later you're going to get reviews from people. May not have come in yet, but that's totally fine. Just write your ideal, how you want your client to react to your business. But I did add some quotes on here and also some fun photos too. I kind of like these different pictures here that I came across, so I added them to my vision board. And this whole process of making this vision board definitely takes a couple of days. Work on a category, build it up, go away from it, come back to it, work on a subcategory of that category. Don't think you have to do this all in one sitting. I don't recommend doing that, because if you want to do this right and really take the time and enjoy the process, do this over a couple day period. So now probably the most important part of this process is adding our action steps. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is come back up to your sticky note button up here, and this is going to be action steps. And this sticky note specifically, I want you to make it red so it stands out. Now I'm just going to put this at the top corner here just so I can have a reminder that this is not necessarily a category. This is something different. This is going to be our action steps that we're going to put on top of our photos and any text we handwritten on here, or any categories or subcategories. These are the top most important layers of our vision board. And also this kind of acts as a template too that I can just come up here and copy, so I don't have to go to the top and create a new note and take create a new color and all the things like that, I can just come up here and duplicate this note here and then drag it to wherever I need it to go. So I'm going to come over to my PM routine here, because it's nice to say I want to have a PM routine, that I want to do certain things, but it's not on this vision board. We have a PM routine that we want to do, and we have pretty photos around it. So that's not going to help us get our PM routine done. It's not even telling us what our PM routine is going to look like. Okay, so for my PM routine here, this is just part of my PM routine, but I just wanted to give you guys examples and show you how to do this. So part of my PM routine is I do a skincare routine. So just like clean up the skin, lotion, things like that. Every single night I have a next day outfit picked out, and that's important to me because when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to have to look around and be like, okay, what am I going to wear? What am I going to put on? Want that all predetermined the night before. Get up, I shower, do my things, have my outfit ready. That's just something small, but it really seems to help me in my morning. And then also to read at night, I like to take the time to read some sort of fiction book. During the day, I'll read business books to keep me motivated, inspired, on track, make sure I'm focused on working on things. When I take walks and breaks, I like to read. It kind of helps me take a break, but still we're being productive and mindful of what we're using our time for. But at night, I like to use that time to specifically read something fiction. So I have that as part of my routine here. So I wrote that down. So another example of making action steps within your vision board over here by business goals, social media, I have an action step of post to Instagram 3 times a week. More specifically, I want to post to Instagram Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I know what I'm trying to do with social media as far as action steps to grow that account. So maybe you have some big project that you're working on, something that you are trying to accomplish over the course of the year. Go within the subcategories of that project and really take the time to figure out some action steps and figure out, how can I accomplish this goal? What are some of these micro tasks that I can focus on, and really assign it to those subtasks so I know what I have to do in order to accomplish this bigger goal. So to kind of recap, what I want you to do is figure out what your categories are. Typically on my vision board, I have right around 20 main categories, and then I will break down into subcategories. Once you figure out your categories and some of your subcategories, these will kind of like ebb and flow, and you'll kind of add to this over the year. But once you have your categories and most of your subcategories figured out, then you can decorate your vision board and start adding the graphics and the text and all the things that make it fun and exciting and nice to look at. The next step I want you to do is take your action steps and put that over the top of any category or subcategory that you can look at it and be like, I want this to happen. I want to do this. When can I make time for it? How can I accomplish it? You want those sorts of things on your action steps. And like I said, use a red sticky note because you see those. It stands out and you know that's exclusively your action steps on your vision board. And then something else I quickly want to go over, this is kind of like a longer video, but every day I make myself a note card where I put my to-do list for the day, and on the back here I have some of the things that I do to help me stay motivated and focused, and I work on every single day. And one of the items on this list is review my vision board. So every single day I have this note card that I make. I write down all the things that I'm working on throughout the day to kind of better myself, to be happy, to be motivated. For example, there's journaling on here, reading 30 minutes, movement 30 minutes, things like that. Get my body moving, being healthy, making good decisions. And one of them on here is review my vision board. So I do that every day, and I have it on my note card here so I know that I need to cross it off and do that. And then as far as this vision board goes, you can print it, you can set it as your wallpaper screen. I think every single vision board video will give that advice. That's totally fine to do. Personally, I don't do that. I find that the system of writing it down and actually reviewing it and looking at it and working within the document seems to be more productive for me versus just looking at it. Yeah, it's going to spark inspiration and motivation, but if you're not taking care of those action steps and actually looking at what can I do to actually move myself forward, move my life forward, move my goals forward, it's just going to be something you look at, and it's not going to be like the best tool it can be. So there you have it. This is how you make your own digital vision board that keeps you aligned and keeps you focused on your goals throughout the entire year. I really hope this tutorial gave you some motivation and inspiration to create your own vision board. And if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind, consider giving it a like and hitting that subscribe button down below. It's a free way to support my channel, and it is greatly appreciated. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And I also want to add that I'm going to put a link below this video of a free resource that you can go check out. I'm going to put it on my Patreon page, but it's free for you to look at. It's a document outlining 50 different categories that you can include on your vision board. So if you're kind of stuck and you're like, okay, I don't know what to include, there's obviously like life things and business things, but I kind of want to take it a step further and really dive into different categories and subcategories. I'll link that below this video so you can go take a look at it and use that as kind of a tool and help you figure out what categories to put on your own vision board. Because that was something that I kind of struggled with when I first started making my vision board. I'm like, I need to figure out what categories to put on it, right? So that was a big first step. So I took the time to figure out, okay, what are my options? And some of the categories on mine are going to be different from what you want to focus on. So I compiled this list for you to download and check out for free.